Good. So what was the thinking with mostly shotgun we saw for Brad on for game one? Just the thinking there.
We like some of the stuff we did in the gun, so that we game plan around the gun. Yeah. That was it.
Do you feel like Brad's more confident out of the gun, more comfortable, I guess?
I think he's comfortable on both.
James, who graded out highest along the first unit offensive line, and then maybe who graded out highest on the second unit?
You know, I thought that Sonny Odagwu did a great job. He had a great game. You know, second group, I thought Casey did a great job in the second group.
What did you like about Sonny's game?
He played football. You know, he adapted. He's adapted to the game. He's worked really hard at it, and he's starting to be instinctual up front.
Anybody from that second team line have a chance to start this week that maybe work their way up?
Casey always has a chance.
Okay.
Casey always has a chance. Joe Brown's done great too. Joe Brown's done really good.
So both of them, you'd say, have a chance to start Friday?
Yeah. Well, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. But they definitely give themselves an opportunity to play. Mm-hmm. Whether you start the first play, you're in the second series. You know.
We don't see every play, obviously, but you know the Trevor play, the strip sack, that was noticeable. How has he responded? Have you guys challenged him?
Oh, absolutely.
On that?
You know, we did.
How has he responded?
Yeah, you know, we would challenge anybody on a play like that. How's he responded? Like, you know, just that's why he's starting, because he responded. You know what I mean? I thought that he took a play off, and you can't take a play off in the game. You know, just got relaxed with his technique. I say take a play off. Let me rephrase that. I think he just relaxed. You know what I mean? So
would Casey have a chance to start there, or was it right tackle basically for Casey?
He's going both. He's working both left and right.
Okay.
With Trevor, and I'm no technician on offensive line, obviously, but
you got all these contraptions. So
was it? He didn't move his feet on that play. What did you see on that play?
I thought he ducked his head. He tried to put his helmet on the guy, and I think you know, up front you can't do that. You lose.
Overall, were you pleased with the way you guys played offensively? I mean, it looked like early on the passing game struggled a little.
Yeah.
Brad wasn't locked in the way he could have been.
Well, and that all has to do with, you know, depth and, you know, different other things that come into play. But, you know, I thought there was a lot of, you know, people were anxious to go make a play. You know what I mean? You just got to play the game. So I thought he did some nice things in the game, you know, and I thought, you know, I thought there was a lot of speed on the field. You know, both units were playing pretty fast. So. But yeah, you know, we always expect, you know, perfect execution. So we lacked that for a couple series there.
Obviously, you know, we don't know the extent of the injuries to Braxton or Stacey or how long they might be out, but you know, you guys were talking last week already about how you thought you were a little short-handed at receiver.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the position right now?
You know, it's a next man's up mentality. It's kind of what we're saying around the building, and we really believe it. You know, we've got a lot of guys who came into training camp who worked really hard to give themselves a chance to play. So, you know, I think whenever you recruit like we recruited, you give yourself a chance for the third guy up should be pretty good. So, you know, right now, you know, we're banking on, you know, Tyree to come up and step in and do good. Cager come in there, play good, and Daryl Langham's got to come in and play good as well. But they're working really hard to get back on the field, both Braxton and Stacey.
And with Cager, I guess, did he get in for any actual?
He did. He just didn't get any targets.
No targets. Okay.
Yeah.
Did you like
Chalk got the targets?
Did you like what you saw from the double tight set you guys ran? You know, the blocking, and then, you know, a couple of those guys got targets. Obviously, did you like what you saw there?
Double tights, 22 personnel or 12. What are you talking about?
Yeah, basically, just with Herndon and Dobart on the field at the same time, and then, you know, whatever you saw from Njoku when he got his chance.
Oh, I thought they did okay. You know, I thought they did okay. I think for the first game, you know, we graded them where we graded them. They know there are areas where they got to improve at on the line of scrimmage. You know, and it looks better this week. You know, and that's the deal. You know, you improve every week.
With Rashawn today, I saw him in the yellow jersey. I'm thinking to myself, you guys probably just don't want anything to happen to him. Is it just more of a cautionary thing?
Well, you know, we got the whole GPS device also.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So there's a lot of things that play into the role on how we set our players now. You know, certain guys who have really, you know, practiced extremely well and who have exerted themselves in practices. We, you know, and we feel we got to give them a breather. We'll do that. So it's a different code system than we had here in the past. just because of the GPS devices. So you might see a guy in yellow, and you go, okay, that guy's hurt.
Right.
But not necessarily true.
Did Rashawn separate himself, you think, from, obviously all these guys are talented, but do you think what he did last week, being 6 catches, 100 yards, is he kind of establishing himself as the go-to guy right now?
Well, I like to sit here and say yes, right? But at the same time, there was a couple that got away from him, and that's the standard we're holding them on. You to be the go-to guy, they can't get away from you, right? Everybody drops the ball here and there, right? But we're holding to that standard, and he holds himself to that standard. So with regard to that, I want to see him do it again this week and do it again next week. I want to talk about it 9-10 games into the season, right? Game 13, right?
Mark Walton, just freshman, come in. I know he only got 10 carries, but in the end, I mean, the way he ran the ball was pretty effective.
We like the way he played, and he plays with an edge to him, and very positive young man who's got a champion mentality.
Can he start this week, or does it not matter between him and Joe?
Joe's got to start.
Okay.
And those two guys are really they're. If you see Joe, you'll see Mark right next to him, and vice versa. Those guys are really tight. So I think Joe may get the nod on the start. Who knows? We'll see what we come out in.
Right.
That'll determine it.
Do you foresee a situation ultimately with this group? Obviously, you rode Duke pretty hard last year, but do you see just ultimately where it's just going to be Mark, Joe, and Trey on every week, or does it depend on the game plan?
I think we put ourselves in a position where we can play multiple running backs because those guys are pretty good players. You know what I mean? I think their development with Coach Ice has been great. So it's allowed us to say, hey, you got the next series. Hey, you're a little tired? Tap your helmet. This is other guys coming in the game. That makes sense. Good?